ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कृतिकां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्। अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अमृत्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवत् गीते भगवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यै स्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सावकाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष्य न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्म्याद्धि युद्धात् श्रेयोऽन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते यदृच्छया चोपपन्नम् स्वर्गद्वारमपावृतम् सुखिनः क्षत्रियाः पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम् अथ चेत्त्वमिमं धर्म्यम् सङ्ग्रामन्न करिष्यसि ततः स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापमवाप्स्यसि अकीर्तिं चापि भूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम् सम्भावितस्य च कीर्तिः मरणादतिरिच्यते भयाद्रणादु परतम् मन्स्यन्ते त्वां महारथाः येषां च त्वं बहुमतः भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम् अवाच्यवादांश्च बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः निन्दन्तस्तव सामर्थ्यम् ततो दुःखतरन्नु किम् हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गम् जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसि महिम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयो ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापमवाप्स्यसि Yesterday we have seen this 31st verse. In Bhagavan now telling Arjuna at the dharma level. In Bhagavan says, Swadharmam api avekshya. Having looked at your own duty, navikampitum arhasi. You should not waver. You are not deserved to waver because anyat shreyaha kshatriyasya na vidyate. There is no other thing is better for Kshatriya, for Dharmyat Yuddhat, a war which is always confront with Dharma, which is not away from Dharma. Such battle is very good for each and every Kshatriya, Kshatriyasya na vidyate. That we have seen in detail, and we have seen also There are different types of dharma, and each and every dharma has a different meaning. That we have seen. And then Bhagavan has said, Yadruchaya chopapannam svargadvaram apavritam. Yadruchaya, without asking. Arjuna has not asked, I would like to go Swarga. It's called Yadruchaya. Without choice, Sargat apavritam svargadvaram upapannam. You will have got this open door of Swarga, Yadruchaya, without any chance, by chance, without any effort. And Idrusham Yuddham, such kind of war. Idrusham means such kind, and Idrusham means Dharmyam war. The battle which is always Dharmya Apetam, which is always with Dharma, Kshatriyaha, Sukhinaha Kshatriyaha, Labhanti. Kshatriya, which are lucky, they only get such type of war. Otherwise, people won't get. Yesterday, I told all military people would like to fight. Before they get retirement, they would like to have some war. For them, to fight for nation is one of a proud. That's also we have seen. Now we are seeing next verse. In 33rd verse, Bhagavan says, Atha chet imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi. Even though Bhagavan says, if you won't fight, if you won't do this battle, which is not away from dharma, then what will happen if you won't fight? Bhagavan says, two things will happen. Kirtim hitva swadharmam api hitva. Hitva means you just give away one's own dharma, one's own duty, and your fame was that you will lose it, and papam avapsyasi, you will get papa. So by don't fighting this dharma yuddha, two things will happen. You will lose your fame, you will lose your own duty, and on contrary, you will get papam, you will incur papam. This is not good for you. That Bhagavan, now in this all shloka, Bhagavan will like to advise him at dharma level. And again Bhagavan will go down and Bhagavan will like to give advice even worldly too. So now this last shloka of dharma level. So Bhagavan says, Atha chet, this is the Anvaya. Bhagavan says, Atha chet, if this Tvam na karishyasi, this is wrong. If you won't fight this dharmya sangrama, this battle which is not away from dharma, then what will happen? Hitva, you will lose, having given up swadharma, your own duty, and kirti. Arjuna was very famous at that time. That you're all famous, you will lose, and you will incur papa. This is this you will get if you won't fight. So now if we say this is not much too much now in this all shloka, Bhagavan says, Atha chet, even though Tvam means you, imam dharmyam sangramam, this war in keeping with dharma, na karishyasi, if you will not fight, then what will happen? So Bhagavan says, swadharmam kirtim chahitva, you will lose your duty also and honor also. And I have written, Arjuna has gained from childhood, and he is known as a crown prince. Arjuna was very famous, and he was famous for his archery. He was very famous. He always loved for his duty, and he was famous because he has fought with Lord Shiva. And Shiva has given the missile during 12 years, and he is also helping to each and every person who are needed. So he is too much famous. That Kirti, Bhagavan says, you will lose. And your duty also will use. And what will happen? So Bhagavan says, you will incur papa. So papam avapsyasi. So how we can get papam? How can we incur papam? In two ways. Shastra says, something which should not do, if we do, that also we will incur papa, and which should we do and which we are not doing is also we will get papa. So suppose I have written here, if we hurt someone, if we steal something from someone else, and asatyam vadasya, if we say telling lie, this whole action will give papa to us. And if we don't do our duty, then also we will incur papa. This punya and papa in Shastric way, it is called adrushya. We cannot see with our naked eye, but it is always available in our account. It's called adrushya. So there is a two technical word, I think I have written. It is says, Shastra says, what should you do, what should you not do? What should we not do? It is called Nishiddha Karanam. There are many actions, among what one is called a Nishiddha Karanam. What we should not do. There are many vakyas that are available. I have quoted only two. First one is Suram na pibe. One should not drink alcohol. Kalanjam na bhakshayet. One should not eat non-veg. These all are called Nishiddha Karanam. Shastra says we should not do. If we do, then what will happen? Then it says you will incur papa. So Nishiddha Karanam, if we do, then we will do papa. And there are some actions, some karya, it is called Vihita Karma. If you remember, in Shiva Manas Puja, Vihitam Avihitam. Vihitam meaning is to be done. Whatever to be done, akaranam. If we won't do, then again we can incur papa. So we can incur papa two ways, Nishiddha Karanam, performing, and avoiding our own duty, Vihita Karma, both way. So it will come akarane pratyavaya dosha. Vihita akarane. What is to be done if we won't do, then whatever dosha comes, the technical name is pratyavaya dosha. We will incur pratyavaya means papa. So Bhagavan says, you will incur papa and you will lose your fame and you will lose your own duty. Up to this, Bhagavan has tried to tell him at dharma level. Now again Bhagavan has switched over up to the worldly level. It is called Laukika level. This is not people used to do gossip. It is called Laukika. Now people start thinking, you know, who is that Arjuna who is run away from this battlefield? This is called Laukika. So now Lord will test at the worldly thinking. So from 34, 35, 36, I think 3 verses are for worldly thinking. So Bhagavan has taken up Kirti. So here people love their name, not only for even money's sake, but they have lived a good life. There are many people live a very good life, dharmic life. And such people have got even their own children has done something wrong. Then these all parents feel bad will. It is called, they think, now I will get a kirti, defame. So Bhagavan says, if you won't fight, then what will happen to you? Bhagavan says, Bhutani kathayishyanti. Again here the meaning of Bhutani means all being, particularly all people, human being, kathayishyanti. They will speak about what they will speak. Akirti. They will defame you. They will keep on telling, defaming you. And which type of defaming? avyayam, unending. It doesn't have any end. Even if Arjuna would have run away from this battlefield, so right now also we are talking about Arjuna. Who is Arjuna? Which is never done his duty. That Arjuna, it is called avyayam. Vyayam. Our real nature is also avyayam. Same way, Arjuna will get defamed is also avyayam, unending for lifetime, not lifetime, for after generation and generation, people will talk about the defaming Arjuna. That's why Bhagavan says, Bhutani avyayam akirtim kathayishyanti. They means to be yours. Avyayam kirtim kathayishyanti. In it, Bhagavan has used one word, sambhavitasya. The meaning of sambhavita means a person who has good honor among the society. Such a person is called sambhavita. Even each and every town, there are some people to whom all people give respect, are called sambhavita. In such person, he have done some, even he has not something wrong, but there's some relative, their own children, they think it is better to commit suicide compared to this defaming. So, okay, sambhavitasya means a person who has good honor. For such person, akirti, this defame is compared to defame, maranat atirichyate. They would, it is a worsen than this death. So Bhagavan says, so we can put like this. Akirtihi maranat atirichyate. This defaming is worse than even death. People would not, they never like to live also, having received some defaming. Bhagavan says, same thing will happen to you. If people starts defaming you, infaming you. So I have written here, now Bhagavan has started, Bhagavan would like to convey, if you don't understand Atma, it's okay. If you don't understand Jivatma, is okay. If you are not understanding what is Dharma, your duty, is okay. But now as a worldly status, your value, your fame, too much in the society, and people gives importance to your name, fame, and status. This also you will lose if you won't fight, Bhagavan says. So this is avyaya, anvaya. Bhagavan says, Bhutani cha api te avyayam kirtim kathayishyanti. This avyayam is the adjective of this akirti, defame, infamy, in endless, avyayam is endless, endless defaming, all people kathayishyanti will speak. And sambhavitasya cha akirtihi, a person who is honored person, akirtihi, this defame is even worse than the death, maranat atirichyate. So same thing, bhutani chapi, these all beings also, they avyayam kirti, your endless defame, kathishyanti, will keep on telling, not this, but generation to generation. People will laugh on you, and whenever they talk, your name will come, they will say, oh, that Arjuna who won't fight, that Arjuna, it is called avyayam kirti. So I have written, will take about your name, and topic will is targeting to criticize you only. Nothing, they will criticize you. And you are sambhavitaha cha akirti, a person of honored who has gained way too much respect from the society. For such person, if defame is worse than death, it is a people start thinking it is better if I would have died, if I would commit suicide. That's why I have written a person who is reputed because of his and her values, his or her conduct. For such person would like to commit suicide, then defame. And here point is, even Arjuna is not interested in Punya Papa. Arjuna also can say, oh youngster, we are not interested in Punya Papa, but Bhagavan says, you are a role model of many persons. And he was honored by elderly people also. So for youngster, Arjuna was their role model. So if some is a teenager, somebody asks, you would like to become what? They would say, we would like to become like Arjun. But if you will run away, you will not become a role model for anyone. So he says it is called defaming. Nobody will give respect to you. And Arjuna was thinking, if I will run away from the battlefield, it is a good for me, it is a good for society, it is a good for all warriors also. Nobody will kill. But Bhagavan says, how these people will look at you. He says, Bhagavan says, Bhayad ranad uparatam mamsyante tvam maharathaha yeshanchakva bahumataha bhutva yasya silagam. Maharathaha tvam mansyante. Maharathaha means a people like Karna, people like Bhishma Drona, even Duryodhana was great warrior. Such Maharathaha tvam, you consider mamsyante in which type? Bhayad ranat uparatam. Uparatam means he ran away. From where? From battlefield. Because of which reason? Bhayat. Out of fear. Out of fear, this Arjuna has run away from this battlefield. Maharathaha tam. Who will know Arjuna has compassion? Who will know Arjuna has done whole first chapter with they would have some love for these old people? Nobody will accept. That's why he says Maharathaha tvam mansyante, and you who you are, he says tvam bahumataha yeshancha tvam bahumataha. For all these people, even they hate you, but they have to give respect. That much Arjuna's stature was in the society. That's why Bhagavan says, Yesham, for whom tvam bahumataha. They have to give the honor. But if you taken this step, if you will run away from this battlefield, then laghavam yasyase. Yasyase means you will get. Laghavam means what you have right now, whatever your esteem, it will go. Nobody will respect you. Laghavam yasyase. This is your slot only. Nobody will give respect. Pujya Swamiji used to tell, and after this verse, but he used to say, when this battle, if Arjuna would have run away, then it was a declare. Now Kaurava has won the war. And this Duryodhana will keep press conference. In press conference, all media people will come. And even there are small, there are many fighting people who used to stand in front of fronters. Even they would start talking. When I look at Arjuna, having seen me, the poor Arjuna run away. Another person will say, having look at me, Arjuna, when I have just put my head on my mushtaq and then Arjuna ran away. This type of talk people will start because they have all this called gossip, no? Nobody know why Arjuna is run away. So that's why Bhagavan says, Yasyasi lagam. You will fall from your esteem, otherwise you will get laguta. Lagava means lagutaha bhava. Lagu means there is a one word, is called lagu. One is called guru. Guru means heavy. Guru is not only teacher. That's why Guru planet is called Guru. It is heavy. That's why all Guru must be heavy. I don't know. But Guru is heavy and Lagu is which don't have much weight. Tasya bhavaha laghavam. So Lagho bhavam laghav. So these people in front, the one who used to give too much respect, now you will get laghavam. You will out of esteem, it is called. What's the use for this Kshatriya? So Maharathaha, this Maharatha, Atirathi, Maharathi, there are all one who has such, that right now I don't know, but there are many names, Maharathi. Another is called Atirathi. So a person who can fight with many people, there are the limit, I don't know. Tomorrow I can tell you, if one warrior can fight with 100, then they have special. Same way, if more than this, it's called Atirathi. One person can fight with one simultaneously with 1,000 people are called Atirathi. So this whole Maharatha, even Bhishma, Drona, Dushasan, Duryodhan, Karna, all are Maharatha. Bhagavan says, Tvam Bhayat Ranat Uparamam Mamsyante. They will consider you. What they will consider? They think you are Ranat Uparamam. You are run away from this battlefield. Because of which reason? Bhayat. The Bhayat means because of fear. This poor Arjuna has run away from this battlefield. And Yeshan Chatvam Bahumataha. You are the deserve for the esteem. Bahumataha. You are that person. People has give you respect. Such people, Lagavam Yasyasi. You will get only low esteem. Nobody will give respect you after that. So Maharathaha. So Maharathaha Tvam Mamsyante. So Maharatha means great warriors. So I have written Karna, Duryodhana, Ashwatthama, Krupacharya, all are considered as a Maharatha. And they are expertise in their own archery. They all consider you Bhayat Ranat Uparam. You are run away, you are retreated from this battlefield, not out of compassion, but out of fear only. Out of fear, no one think Arjuna is very ethical person, Arjuna is a prudent, and because of compassion, he just give up the war. Nobody will read it. Because everybody knows after this episode of Draupadi, they have gone for 12 years in forest and even 1 year in incognito. All 12 years, what Arjuna has done, nothing, but he has gathered many type of missiles. Nowadays we can tell is a missiles, but he would like to expert in Agni Astra, then Varunastra. So when he throw an arrow, it becomes a water. If he throw an arrow, it becomes a fire. This type of missiles he has gathered, and even from Lord Shiva, he has taken one a weapon, so he can kill the Karna. To kill Karna, he has taken special weapon. All he has done for 12 years, and now he says, I won't fight. This is look something, you know. That's why he says, everybody will consider you are out of fear, you have gone away, you are run away from this battlefield. Yeshanchatvam Bahumataha. Yeshanchatvam Bahumataha means you are in the eye of these old people is high esteemed. Bahumataha means they should give respect. Whether they like it, whether they don't like it, they have to give the respect. But after this, your action, when you run away, then Lagavam Yasyasi, you will get low esteem. Nobody even look at you. Nobody will give respect you. Better you should fight, Bhagavan says. So at all levels. So in short, I have written here, what you have earned in this life, whatever name and fame, you are famous as an ethical person, in everything will go, and this is worse than even death. If you are dying, the battlefield is good, but if you live like this way, nobody will give any type of respect. And I think this is the last. अवाच्य वादांश्च बहुन् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः निन्दन्तः तव सामर्थ्यं ततः दुःखतरन्नु किम्. Bhagavan says, tava ahitaha. Here, tava ahitaha bahun vadishyanti. Hitaha means well-wisher, but ahitaha, which are not your well-wishers. These all enemies which are not your well-wisher, bahun vadishyanti. They will talk a lot. And which type of thing? Avachya vadans. Even we cannot talk about some words which we cannot even utter this sentence, that words, bahun vadishyanti. They will keep on talking. And nindantaha tava samarthyam. They will criticize your prowess, your bravery, your valor. It's called samarthyam. Tataha dukkatarannu kim. What is the more painful this than this? So tava ahita. This is very crucial. Tava, to whom you will give Dhatra Rashtraha Swabandhavan. He was told in first chapter, Dhatra Rashtraha Swabandhavan. These all Dhritarashtrasya Putraha, they are all my Bandhavan, they are all my relatives. And in Arjuna, Krishna's eyes, all are Ahita. They are not well-wisher of Arjuna. Bhagavan says, Avachya Vadans Vadishyanti. Avachya, which cannot uttered. Vachya means to be uttered. Avachya means which cannot be uttered. In Vadaha means words. Which, there are some words which cannot be uttered. Bahun vadishyanti. They will speak a lot. And tava samarthyam nindantaha. They will criticize your capacity, your power, criticize. And what is the more painful than this? When you're sitting inside the Rishikesh forest and everybody will start, now you have no samarthya, that's why you are run away. No? What is the more painful? Nobody will give in offer garland, very good thing you have done because you are run away. Nobody will garland with you. That's why there is a one rule, never take any decision when you are in pain also, and one should not take decision when we are overjoyed. It's both ways, we should not take decision. If we take decision, we are always wrong. And for this also, out of joy, we should not take decision. This poor Drupada is the example, because he has told Dronacharya, because both were Pakka friends. At that time, Drupada has told, when I will become the king, I will give my half kingdom. Out of joy. At that time, even Drupada doesn't know what is the meaning of king, what is the kingdom, and he has just given the promise. And this promise made whole Mahabharata. Same way, this is out of joy. In Arjuna was out of pain. He has taken decision, I won't fight. This is also wrong. So out of joy and out of sorrow, we should not give any type of their resolvement. I will do like this. Both is very wrong. So tava samarthyam nindantah. There are people who are criticize your capacity, your prowess, your bravery. Tava it ahitaha. which are your enemies, or we can say who are not your well-wishers. Bahun avachya vadans vadishyanti. These all are in future tense. If you want fight, everything, each and every verbs Bhagavan has used in future tense. Vadishyanti means in future they will tell avachya vadan, which is unutterable words. They will speak. Tataha dukkha. What is more painful than this? So, what I have written, if Arjuna says, I won't fight, if you will run away from this battlefield, then do you think Yudhishthira says, I will continue fight? All Pandava, other four will say, we are also won't fight. In Mahabharata, war is declared is Arjuna, not Arjuna, but Duryodhana has won the war. It will be declared. So I have written, even other brothers like Yudhishthira, Bhima will also retreat. And this will be the victory of Duryodhana without throwing any one arrows. And being ruler of Hastinapura, he will announce they have won the war. And when people will ask the reason of their victory, they won't say Arjuna was very kind, but he will say they will belittle your bravery, they belittle your prowess, otherwise they criticize your bravery. Tava samarthyam, your bravery, your capacity to fight, nindantaha, people who criticize you, how? So they will tell. So I have just given one example. So they will start talking incognito. In 30 years in Virat Nagar, Arjuna was become a eunuch. So after become a eunuch, he is now no bravery. Everything has gone in 13th years. So he has lost everything after he become a eunuch. So they would like to convey still is a eunuch only. It is called avachya. And tava ahritaha, who are not your well-wishers, unutterable words which can we not even speak, will tell about you. So I have just given, like in media conference, what Duryodhana will announce. He says, Arjuna has no capacity to fight with us. Arjuna has lost his strength when he was living in the forest. That's why he ran away. He can say anything. And he says, in even demean you in the front of all warriors, and in this way, they humiliate you. Different type of, even we can't think of such words they will speak. Is better, you should fight. So having told everything, now Bhagavan says, Tataha dukkataram looking, what is the more painful this thing? Then Bhagavan says, one thing you have to do, you have to fight, and if you will fight, then two things will happen. Either you will die or you will live. So if you will die, then what will happen to you? Hataha swargam prapsis. If you will die, then you will go to Swarga. In Jitva, if you win, then what will happen? Mahim bhokshase. You will enjoy this whole prithvi. So both way, it is a good for you only. That's why, he kaunteya uttishta. Tasmat Arjuna he kaunteya uttishta yuddhaya krutanishchaya. So that's for, oh Arjuna, get up. Uttishta means you please get up. And yuddhaya krutanishchaya, to take firm decision for the war. You should fight, you should take firm decision, you should resolve for the war only. You have to fight. This is the last Bhagavan says, Uttishta means get up. Because he was sitting in first end of the last chapter, Bhagavan says, एवं उक्त्वा अर्जुन संख्ये रथोपस्थ उपाविशत विसृज्य शशरं चापं शोक संविघ्न मानस. It was the last verse. So he was sitting. Still he was sitting. That's why Bhagavan says, get up. So hatava, if hatava means if you are killed, swargam prapsasi. If va means or, otherwise jitva. If you have won the war, mahim bhokshase, you will enjoy the, now you become the king of Hastinapur and you will enjoy the whole earth. For that reason, Kaunteya Uttishta, you please get up, Yudhaya Krutanishchayaha. You take firm decision for the war. You should fight. This is the last shloka. Arjuna, he said to Arjuna, you have to fight. So that's why I have written, there are two possibilities for Kshatriya. Because Arjuna being Kshatriya, there are two possibilities, Hataha or Jitva. Either he may killed or he may won the war. So if he died, then Swargam Prapsase. And if he won the war, then Mahim Bhokshase. Both are is a dharma for Kshatriya. So if you go to, if you die, then you can enjoy Swarga Sukha. If you won the war, then you will enjoy the earth. Both way, you will enjoy. So for that reason, O Arjuna, you should get up. Tasmat Kaunteya Uttishta. Now, don't become only a son of Kunti, but you become a Arjuna Maharathi. Mahabaho, get up. Yuddhaya Krutanishchayaha. Having resolved for Yuddha, you take firm decision, I have to fight. For here, this old level to give advice, this part is over. Now Bhagavan has picked up total new topic, but before that, he has given very beautiful verse. It is useful for us what Bhagavan says. Samekrutva. There is a one word, is called Samekrutva. Having make balanced. Samekrutva. What? Then Sukha Dukhe Samekrutva. Labha Labho Samekrutva. Jaya Jayo Samekrutva. Bhagavan says, you keep your mind balanced. Where can it possible? So if you have to come, you have to face pleasure or pain, you may get labha alabha. Sometime you may gain also, sometime you lost also. In gain or lost, your mind samekrutva. You keep your mind balanced, jaya ajayo. Sometime you get victory, sometime you defeat also. In all the way, so in both pairs of opposite, your mind should be samekrutva. If you can keep this, Bhagavan says, in then tataha yuddhaya yujyasva, then you again, you do your duty. Yuddhaya means for only yujyasva, you prepare yourself. And if you do like this, Papam na avapsyasi, you never incur any type of path. So it says that Bhagavan is just introducing. We have to prepare our mind. We have to keep our mind balanced. Well, so everywhere. Because here in front of Ishvara, Arjuna is sitting. That's why Bhagavan has used this word, Yuddhaya Yujyasva. But if Nachiketa was sitting, then Bhagavan would have told him, you do your Brahmana karma. If Vaishya was sitting, Bhagavan would have said, you do your duty like a business, agriculture, whatever. So actually, Yuddhaya Yujyasva means you do your duty. Arjuna is there, that's why Yuddhaya Yujyasva. But actually it is you do your duty. But what is the condition? Because everybody has problem. While performing my duty, I have to face pleasure and pain. By performing our duty, sometimes I have gain also, sometimes I lose also, sometimes is a victory, sometimes I defeat. So Bhagavan says, first, what you have to do before doing duty, you have samekrutva. Samekrutva means you keep your mind balanced. Otherwise, in another way, I can say you prepare your mind. You should prepare your mind and then you do your duty. If you prepare your mind, then papam na vapsasi. You never will incur any type of papa. Because whatever we are doing in our duty only. So this is, now Bhagavan will start to tell us how can we keep our mind balanced. That's why I can say this is just introducing Karma Yoga. Before introducing Karma Yoga, Bhagavan has kept this 38th verse. So Samekrutva. So I have written the meaning of Samekrutva means having made the same. So what should we have to keep everything same? So I have written what Bhagavan says. Sukha dukhe, pleasure and pain, labha alabha, success and failure, even gain or lost, jaya ajayo, we can say victory, defeat. We can add also mana apamana. Somebody give respect, somebody even hurt us, mana apamana. In every pair of opposite, samekrutva, we have to keep our mind balanced. And why we feel all this sukha dukkha, why they give pleasure, why this give pain, why we feel now I am success, why we feel I am failure, because everything we take as a personality. We have our personal likes and dislikes, and because of our personal likes, dislike, we say this is a pleasure, this is a pain, all type of pairs of opposite, only because of our personal likes and dislikes. And personal likes, dislikes, in Sanskritam, it calls raga dvesha. Because our own raga dvesha, we think we are facing different type of pairs of opposite. So how we can keep our mind balanced? So that's why I have written, when person performs one's own duty, more or less, we have self-satisfaction if we did our responsibility properly, whether we gain or we lost, whether we have pleasure or pain, but whenever we do our duty, we have one satisfaction. It's called santoshaha. Whatever I have done is correct. Then this pleasure, pain won't give affect much us. What I have written here, it's called EQ. EQ means we should have our emotional quotient. Nowadays, they are using emotional quotient, and Bhagavan used terminology as samatva. Samatva means our mind should be prepared. In Gita, Bhagavan says, if you prepare your mind, then whatever comes, we won't disturb much. It will come, it won't come, and we cannot say, because life we have to face our own papa punya. We have to face everything, but while facing this all pairs of opposite, we will not much disturbed. We may disturb, but not much. And for this, Bhagavan is introducing Karma Yoga topic. Now Bhagavan is introduced Karma Yoga. So according to Karma Yoga means how to develop samatva buddhi everywhere, from starts to Annamaya Kosha up to Anandamaya Kosha, we can keep our mind balanced. This is called Karma Yoga. So we can chant this. So tato yuddhaya yujyasva evam papam na vapsyasi. So tato yuddhaya yujyasva means you prepare yourself for war, but we can say we can prepare ourselves for our own duty. Because Arjuna Yuddhaya, and if we perform our duty, then Papam na vapsisi. We will not incur any Papa. Because I have written, if we do our duty diligently, sincerely, honestly, this we never incur any type of Papa. This is the law of Shastra. This is the law of Veda. So that's why I have put one big topic is over. Now Bhagavan has started in very famous topic is called Karma Yoga. Esha te vihita sankhye buddhir yoge tvimam shruno buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Yo Namaha. Hari